Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take your ass up until 2 o'clock here on the show.
Will you?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have any interviews to play today.
I was just checking.
We were supposed to, but I got a last minute bail today, so oh well.
Yeah. Good to see you in studio, J Fig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the reason she was supposed to be here today to work with Galen, who bailed.
On me.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Come on, Galen.
I gotta tell you, if I say I'm coming, I'm coming.
That is you, man. In fact, he doesn't even like the fact, like, if you ask him, are you coming, when you know he's coming. He'll only tell you if he won't be there.
Yeah. I don't and you don't have to worry about me being late. I may cut it close, but until the show started, Tobin used to call me like 5 minutes before.
Yep.
Hey, update. I'm like, I'm here, man. But
or would it be doing this?
Hey, man, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
That's not necessary. I'm glad you can amuse yourself, Jennifer.
Let's hear a little bit from the exit interviews yesterday at Heat Exit Media Day. A lot of the players voluntary. You don't have to speak. So no Jimmy, no Kyle, no Kevin Love. He didn't speak. No Zeller.
Well, I would guess K-Love is trying to get back to his family.
Love. Yeah,
Just
I would understand. I would understand. Right. You have a baby 4 days old. I would say you don't got to talk to. Talk to
did Tyler talk?
Tyler did not talk. That was kind of the only interesting one I thought. That didn't.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would, but again, I got to tell you, man. Like, for us to think, and again, all I have is my example, and you guys saw me with my hand and how long that took, and that's without playing a sport. So imagine if I had that same injury on a shooting hand. It's not like as easy as it sounds to just come right back. So I think it was frustrating for him because, when they said 4 to 6, he probably did like we all did. Put a date, 4 to 6, where he's coming back, and blah, 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 blah. But it had to be frustrating for him to now, this is the last 2 postseasons?
Last 2 postseasons, yep.
How do we, look at that? Now, here's what I hate about sports. What happened to Tyler's fluke thing?
Yep.
It's not a hammy. It's not a bad back.
Exactly.
It's not an ankle sprain. He fell on his hand.
It's literally a bad break.
Right. And so for people to even say, oh, he's missed the last 2, postseasons, he might be a little injury prone. I'm not going there. Because
no, it's not a question of injury prone. The thing that you just miss about it is, and he even said this, is that he knew that his regular season, while was very good, he knew that what he did in the playoffs was what really was going to matter, because we wanted to see the struggles that he had in the playoffs last year, even before the injuries. He had talked about he was a little mentally out of it. He had found out he was going to have another kid. He didn't have that confidence level to him. So not being able to see what he was able to be in this postseason, it sucked. And then on top of it, the team does really good without you. So then everybody is under the assumption that, Tyler out equals good.
Right.
So, and he's going to face another year of another offseason of trade rumors. I think he's got to have a black belt in that. I can't imagine that's going to bother him. I mean, he's literally been in trade rumors since he's 19. Right. But, so it's like I can see him talking. I can see him not talking. I can see both. I don't know if there's anything to read into either one of them.
Here's the only problem that I have with that situation, and why, if you're a Tyler Herro fan, not to even panic in at least a little bit. Go look at all your stars. Go look at how long it took them to be that dude, right? You have some anomalies. LeBron's an anomaly. But if you look at all of the previous stars, you're talking about 6 or 7 years before they hit their stride. And because we have so many young players, we want to speed that process up. But I want to say Jordan didn't win until his sixth or 7th year.
Yeah, I think the big thing with that, though, is, and this is not a knock on Tyler, it's just the facts of it time-wise, is, You know, there's a 10-year difference between him and Jimmy.
But that doesn't. But we still can't speed up his process, even though I get what you're saying. Like for him to be here, I'm not saying he can't help the team win. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying for us to think that we're going to see the complete Tyler after year 4, when you look at all the stars that are playing this league, and it hasn't come until a little bit later.
Jimmy wasn't an all-star till 25.
Right. And so it's unfair that we do this in sports when we have proof that, especially in this sport, guys don't hit their prime till 26, 27 years old. And so you got to kind of be patient with it, even though Jimmy's clock is ticking.
Right.
And that's what makes it tough, is that you're trying to speed up a process of a young player because of where you are with an older player. And the frustration grows without really considering that, wait a minute, he's 24, 23?
23.
He's 23 years old.
Yeah.
Like, come on, think of what we're asking Tyler to be at 23 years old, and then look around the league and say, who's been that guy? Who's been the guy that can give you everything that Tyler can at 23?
I mean, right now, the guy you would probably point to is Ja. It's like, but it's a big Ja.
They haven't won.
No, they haven't won a championship, but I would say being the lead guy on the team. He doesn't have to be the lead guy on this team.
You don't have to be the lead guy, but again, it's still look, as great as Ja is, he's gonna be the full player, his best version of a player in his 6th or 7th year. That's been proven in the NBA. And so we should, right, exactly. We should stay, but that's part of maturing too.
Of course. But I mean, look what's going on with Zion too. I know it's not easy. I think the thing that makes this interesting is if Tyler Herro was on a Heat team that didn't have Jimmy Butler, this wouldn't be something you'd really worry about at all, because you would be happy with him as a draft pick and developing this. It's just that you have Jimmy Butler and they don't know. Like, we know with Bam, we know Bam is a playoff player. We know he's a finals player. We know he could do all of it. And he's 25. Like, we know that, and he's still getting better, but we know that he's not going to be played off of a series in the playoffs. With Tyler, it was just a question of that he wasn't able to answer this year because he was hurt, which sucks. I mean, like, that's just an unfair thing. Maybe he would have been awesome. We don't know. That's the thing that sucks for him.
Right.
He could have been good. Who's to say that he couldn't have done what Max Strus did and better? Who's to say that he could have done a little bit of what Gabe did and better? We don't know. That's the thing that sucks for him.
But he's 23. I'm gonna reserve the right to be too critical, understanding what we know about that sport, right? And sometimes we tend not to be as patient because of what we want. But that process doesn't go away. So,
man, everyone's gonna be flirting with me. I don't know what to do. It's like you got Bradley Beal out here once again flirting. Dame Dalla, and he can't make up his mind now.
First of all, let me explain something.
This is like
I was at the car dealership.
What you talking about?
And my phone starts blowing up.
Oh, please!
And I don't know what
the hell. I'm glad you brought her up. Good.
I don't know what the hell the three of you were doing.
3.
And then all of a sudden, I look, J-Fig. Then I hear, keep up. Let me slow it down. Fraud. Then over the top rope, Steven! He starts chiming in. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm trying to get my car fixed. I couldn't keep.
And then Steven sends me a message about a little fraud over here.
And
not
a fraud.
To address it.
I'm not a fraud.
Wow.
You guys got mad because of a thumbnail I put on my YouTube page with I just said Beal to the Heat.
Wanted us.
I was holding a whale with a confused look.
Wait, did I see a picture of you sharpening an harpoon?
Yeah, he was.
That was on Twitter. That was on Twitter. But that was just a generic harpoon sharpening for the time of year,
Oh, okay.
Oh, It
That's
just
what
also
it's supposed to be.
coincides with all the Bradley Beal conversations.
Well, we got a lot of things out there, dude.
Dude, this is why we have to save stuff with you. Because yesterday you were adamant.
Dude, no.
No,
He was
stop.
lashing out. He went off.
You were adamant. And now all of a sudden you sharpening harpoons?
Just for the time of year.
No.
Who
You
doesn't like
can't
doing it
say that when the
Christmas
only
night
guy that's
at
really been
Christmas time?
when the only guy that's really been discussed is Bradley Beal.
No, it's not true. Dame Dolla's been in the news.
Not
Little
not
Porzingis
as much as
action.
Bradley Beal. Wait,
Zion.
You let me know when Portland says we're gonna honor Dame Dollar and help him get to a
I will. Listen,
okay,
I don't believe
it's not there yet.
Mm,
But
we'll see.
Bradley Beal, the Washington Wizards came out and said, we're going to try to accommodate him. Did they not? And soon as that came out, this is what you put out. So how are we not supposed to assume you're talking about a guy you adamantly said yesterday you don't want?
I didn't say that. I said I was tired of his act. I said I was tired of his act.
Oh,
it's different.
Wait,
I think Bradley Beal's a good player.
Here we go, Marcos.
No. It's way different, dude. I'm not being the semantic samurai. What I said was, let me just, for the record, this is where I stand on Bradley Beal, okay?
Hold on. One second. Go, Marcos. Go.
Does that look confused?
It's a conflicted guy. It's a conflicted captain.
I don't see it.
No, it's not.
Captain. I don't see it.
No, it's not. You know what that look is? I hope y'all didn't listen to our show earlier, because then you would really have some questions.
It's on the record. You guys can go find all of my takes. I said this 3 years ago.
We're tired of saving tape. The computer's running out of storage.
Bradley Beal is tremendously talented. He's really, really good. Okay. He's one of my favorite players to watch live. I think he's great. Okay. But I'm just sick of him. And he's been doing this. Leroy, it's crazy. I thought it was only been like a season I've been tired of it. I've been tired of it for 3 years because he's been doing.
I've been here with you.
Hold on.
Every year you go,
because he's been using us for his feel good. He's been using us because every time things are going bad in Washington land, he goes, let me like this tweet. Let me like this tweet. Let me Twitter flirt. Let me say something to Bam. Let me get a little love. I'm just like, I'm tired of Bradley Beal using us for his feel good. That's what he kept doing. He's a great player, a good player. He's a great to good player. And I think I would like him on the Heat.
Here's what he is. He's a bona fide scorer.
Bona fide.
Okay? Which is, look, the Heat don't have that guy other than Tyler. So that's where you are. I'm talking about a guy that can get you buckets.
Right.
Not like Jimmy buckets.
The questions of like what he would be like, you feel like with him, he's more proven. He's won a scoring title, a 3-time All-Star. It's like that's a Tyler Speeder process. He makes a whole lot of money. I mean, it's a whole lot of money.
Hold up. He ain't no Dame Dollar.
No, he ain't no Dame Dollar.
Okay.
Dame Dollar is my numero uno. That's my numero uno.
But he's not available yet. So let me ask you a question. You're Tobin.
Yep.
You are running the show.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal is out there, but Dame Dollar could be available. Do you wait?
Well, here's what makes it a little interesting. Let me say my piece.
All right.
This is what makes it interesting. He has a no trade clause. So he doesn't have to approve any deal to anybody else. It's not like you could sit here.
Bradley or
Bradley Beal.
Okay.
It's crazy. Bradley Beal is the only guy in the league that has a no trade clause. He can veto any trade, and he can veto any trade compensation. So, like, if they say we only do it for Bam, he goes, well, I'm not going if Bam's not there. He could veto any trade. That's why the agent has to be in all the talks. But, is he a whale anymore? He's very good. Is he a whale? That's the confused whale.
He's only 30, though.
I know.
So what you think you're losing by going with Bradley Beal or Dame Dollar, who's 30, what,
33. What
you're losing is 3 years. So in
You're
3
losing
years,
3
what
years, but you're getting a much better player. Like, respect to Bradley Beal. Dame Dolla's a shark. Like, Dame Dolla's a shark and a whale.
whale shark?
More like an orca. He's an orca. Like, when Riley talks about the orca, that's what he is. He's a killer whale.
All right.
Bradley Beal, it's like, I want to flirt with the Heat, but I don't want to leave. I want all my money.
Can I ask you a
want all the
question?
places.
Then why all the show antics? If that's how you feel.
Because I think it would be an improvement, but I'm like, is there anything else that's out there?
No, that's not what that picture look. Oh my goodness.
Kind of like an easy hookup. I feel like we're always using each other, us and Bradley Beal.
Wow.
You know?
It's getting dirty.
So he basically using the Heat as a booty call.
Kind of.
Where booty call?
Both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Or each other's booty.
But he knows. He goes, I know that, he puts the cheeks on the sink.
Does he?
Yep.
Every year.
And
too.
he's been doing this for 3 years. With the
So-
Twitter flirting. It drives me nuts.
Well, can I just say this? A couple of years ago, he did it so he could get that super duper max.
Right. Well, that's what I
So-
feel like. I feel like he just used us to get his super duper max with his no trade clause,
Yep,
and now
but
he wants
nobody
out. I'm like,
wanted him.
do I want a guy like that?
Yes. What the hell's wrong with you? I just
Well,
wish you stop being a phony. You know you want Bradley Beal.
I don't know.
Stop it.
I don't know if he's my top choice.
Leroy,
you know?
He
would
might
you
not be your top
sacrifice-
choice, but he might be the only thing that's available. So think about this.
He-
Bradley Beal might be available till Monday.
Mhm.
You might have to wait for Dame Dollar. If Bradley Beal is there for the taking,
Here's the thing.
no. If Bradley Beal is there for the taking, do you take him and make the deal, or do you wait for Dame Dollar?
We're gonna know by next week, right? Because Dame says that. Hold on. Dame said if they use the number 3 pick, Portland, I want out. He said that. He's like, I can't envision myself playing with another 19-year-old. So if they use that pick, I mean, is it gonna be that much of a difference between the time? Feels like we'll know next week.
Again, you didn't answer the question. Answer the question.
What is the question again?
Oh my goodness. Here we go. Look, you notice everybody's smiling because you're doing the Tobin thing,
What am I doing?
right? You know what you're doing. We don't have to tell you. So if Bradley Beal and a deal can be worked out before Monday or Tuesday,
Yeah.
do you wait?
How long?
You have to be till after the draft or the draft day or after a week after the draft, depending on
No,
what.
Beal's gotta
Because
wait.
because here's the deal: if what you're saying about Dame Dollar is true, and they
Mhm.
draft a young guy, then the trade's going to start happening after.
I think that you put in a little call to the Wizards and you say, who are you interested in this draft? Okay, because we're not giving you Jovic. Who are you interested in this draft? We'll keep it in mind. And then you put that in the holster. But no, you got to wait it out. You got to see if Dame Dollar is going to actually have the guts to make a stink.
Okay. But you won't really know if he's ready to make a stink until
It's got to be on Bam.
until after the draft, if they draft a young player third.
I'm going to need Bam Adebayo to step in and tell his guy, hey, enough nonsense, make a stink. If that's
But
your
that won't
dog,
that won't happen until after the draft.
if
So
that's
do
your
you wait?
dog, you got to be honest
Do
with your dog.
You still haven't answered my question.
I think I did. I want to wait for Dame Dollar.
Okay. So you said you wait. You didn't answer the question
feel like I did.
until just now.
I feel like I did.
No, you didn't. Dude, does everybody want to know what it's like having a conversation with this man?
Here's what I would feel. I feel like if Bradley Beal has made us wait for 3 years with this flirting, he can wait 3 days. That's how I feel. If I even want him, which I'm not even sure I do.
Oh, now we're back.
Yeah, because like if he's on the Heat,
You know why we're back? You know why we're back?
What?
Marcos J. Fig. This is a lesson in life. He is talking all this about Beal. I'm
Yeah.
not sure I even want him or whatever. You know
I
why?
don't even know if I want. Maybe
Because
I do.
hold on, let me tell you why. Because you feel as if though you have options.
I do.
Okay, if there were no options, he'd be on it
You're
like
right.
a fat kid loves cake.
You're right, but I think we have options.
But you think you're gonna have now.
Fairness, though,
hold on.
fairness.
Can you say this to the Miami Heat fans.
Mhm.
Are you willing to eat it if you wait and pass on Beal and end up with nobody?
Because I don't think Beal wants to go anywhere but here. I don't.
You're playing a thinking game.
I'm not playing a thing. I think that's
At
true.
some
I don't
point,
think he wants-
somebody's got to know something.
I don't think he wants to go anywhere but here. So, and here's what I feel. The reason it's a difference from last year, we had this big same debate with KD and Donovan Mitchell. We had the same debate, and we're like, oh, should you wait on Donovan Mitchell or should you make a move on Donovan Mitchell or should you wait on KD? And you end up getting nobody. Now, was it the time thing of waiting him? I don't know, but this is a little different because Bradley Beal has a no trade clause. He controls that. But look, is he a whale? If he ends up on the Heat, yes. If he doesn't, he's Rich Malcolm Brogdon.
End of the year.
Why you just called Bradley Beal Brogdon?
Rich Malcolm Brogdon.
You sure it's not?
Bottom.
You sure it's not closer to Brunson?
No. I said what I said.
You think Brunson's better than Beal?
Jalen Brunson?
Yeah. This you are losing. You have lost your damn mind if you go in there.
No, I think Beal's better.
Thanks. Wow. Really went out on a limb there.
But if he's not on the Heat, then he's just Rich Malcolm Brogdon. Comes here, he's a whale.
What in the hell is wrong with you?
Back after this.